Life on other planets. How did it evolve? How could it have evolved? How different or similar could it be to life on Earth? That is what I want to talk about in this Hangout. Joining me here is Ben from the channel Astro-Biological. He is from this little island west of New Zealand called New Holland, I think. Oh no, it was Australia, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Van Diemen's Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, Australia.
Could you say hi to the viewers?
Hi, how are you? It's good to be here. Hi, Fedora. It's good to be part of this chat.
Yes. For those who don't know Ben's channel, you should really check it out. It's called Astro-Biological, and he's been around for quite a while, but for some reason YouTube has not been kind to him. He's pretty small still, but let's hope this year is going to be better for him. He's got a lot of interesting content. He's a bit rough around the edges, but it is actually part of the charm, I think. So, you talk a lot about astronomy and biology, and also the combination of those two fields, astrobiology.
Yeah. Kind of merge them together. They're interesting. Among other things, I follow it.
Yeah. So when did this fascination with life on other planets start? Did you always have it, or did you recently kind of started combining your two interests?
Oh well, I've got to say, obviously the whole life on other planets thing started for me. My earliest memories are of things like Star Wars and stuff like that. Like I think one of my earliest memories is of seeing Star Wars when it came out. My dad taking me to see that in Sydney in 1977 or whatever it was.
77.
So I've always liked science fiction and whatnot, and I think that led to an interest in science and outer space and life on other planets.
Yeah, we two actually we have a lot of things in common. Actually, we were about the same age. I also remember being small when the first Star Wars movies came out. For some reason I have this vivid memory of a trailer for The Empire Strikes Back being on television, and I was totally psyched up. Oh, I really want to see that movie. But I was kind of disappointed. My family responded with, "Oh, you're too young to watch that," and all that. So, but my father did get me to take me out to see the Return of the Jedi. I remember that too. So, good memories. Good memories. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Anyway,
thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, let's talk about life on other planets. So, we haven't really discovered it anywhere, and we have no idea we have some ideas, of course, what to look for, but the only example of life we have that is life on Earth. So what we're typically seeing is that we're just narrowing the field and just looking for conditions that are similar to those on Earth, meaning the Goldilocks zone, a running water in some form. But even our own solar system seems a bit desolate.
At a glance, it does, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, life is exploding on Earth.
Yeah.
But it seems to have that seems to be the threshold. But places like Venus and Mars, like Venus, if you look at the habitable zone or the Goldilocks zone around the sun, in which Earth sits comfortably in the middle, like Venus is on the inner edge of it, so it's just inside, and Mars is on the outer edge of it. So it's also just inside this habitable zone, but they've just struck out through a variety of factors over the years.
Yeah, I wonder if sorry, you're falling away a bit. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you make a good point, because both Mars and Venus, they're on the edges of the so-called Goldilocks zone, and I'm wondering, if Mars had been larger somehow, maybe Earth size, maybe it would have been habitable. What do you think?
That would have helped, but the lack of a magnetic field, I think, is what ultimately, whatever magnetic field it may have had, it didn't last long enough to have any kind of effect on Mars, because part of the reason life prospers on Earth is because it generates this electrical, I guess, that protects from the solar radiation, which in the case of Venus stripped a lot of its water away, because Venus too also has no active magnetic field.
Yeah.
It shut down a long time ago, and no plate tectonics either. But that led to solar wind stripping away quite a bit over the years, and Venus still actually live on. I think Venus are detecting water loss from Venus. Not much now, but both Venus and Mars suffered from. I think magnetic field was the single biggest killer, because their water disappeared as a result.
But I'm just wondering, what if Mars had been larger, or bigger? Maybe it would also have had a more, a better magnetic field. I think the reason that Mars does not have a magnetic field, or not anymore in any case, is because it's got a smaller size, so it's got a smaller what do you call that? Surface to volume ratio. So it's been cooling down, and its crust is very thick. So that may have affected the convections inside.
Yep. No convection, no convection within the upper core or inner core, and no plate tectonics either. And plate tectonics is an important factor in climate of the planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sort of heat, excess heat and whatnot, and water is an important part. If water's not there, plate tectonics can't exist, and if plate tectonic isn't there, then climate it acts as like a thermostat for the climate. Plate tectonics does. It releases excess heat and whatnot, and so Earth's climate is pretty stable as a result. Once plate tectonics and continents and whatnot, and most likely shallow oceans as well, but for whatever reason they stopped. I think about 1 billion years ago, 1.5 billion years ago. But Mars, definitely Mars was bigger. It would be able to hold on to an atmosphere for a start. I mean, gravity does help.
And maybe it would have had plate tectonics too if it was larger. But
Mars is a real mystery, like what happened to Mars. I think Venus is a bit easier to figure out in a lot of ways than Mars is. But definitely Mars is I think just that bit too small.
Yeah, Venus, I think maybe just a tad too close to the sun. It's got this very slow rotation, and I don't know. I didn't check out the science behind that, but sometimes I think that it's kind of at the verge of being tidally locked. So it's instead of just being completely tidally locked, it's just got a slow rotation, and I can imagine that also didn't help in Venus's evolution.
It does, doesn't it? Its day is longer than its year. It's got this really Venus is strange. I mean, its atmosphere is in a state of, I think, a super rotation. It's called. It's swirling around the planet a lot faster than can be accounted for by the planet's rotation, and nobody knows what drives that. I mean, these things that Venus are just waiting to be found. I mean, we know more about Mars. They do at the surface of the bottom of the ocean. But Venus is just a mystery.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like us to go there and think about colonizing Venus.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that at a certain level in the atmosphere, the temperature and even the air pressure is actually, it's tolerable for humans. We'd still have to wear suits. But
at a certain level, at a certain altitude, the temperature is about between 30 and 55 degrees or something like that. So it gets pretty hot, but it's bearable for us. Yeah, and the air pressure is pretty much the same as what it is on Earth. Yeah. If we could rig up, dirigibles or airships or floating cities, we could live on Venus quite easily, and I think it's technically more doable than living on Mars in a lot of ways. That's my
by the way,
opinion.
30 degrees after you looked it up for the American viewers, because they might not know.
Celsius, I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. I have no idea.
I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. It's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just looked it up on Google.
I think 38 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's only
that's right. Our body temperature that's 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, give or take.
So when it's if it's 100 degrees, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, it feels pretty uncomfortable, but it's bearable for humans. We can manage it. Like in Australia, that's like an average day to us.
Yeah.
38 degrees Celsius. That's kind of normal. So we handle it all the time. We love it.
How is the weather in Australia?
I don't know. Sorry?
I beg your pardon?
How's
How
the
is
weather in Australia? Right now, it's actually cold.
It's cold.
Right now, it's cool now for some strange reason. It's been raining for the last day, but it's been as hot as heck for this summer so far.
Define cold.
It's been really super duper hot. Yeah, it's cold today.
How cold?
Cold by our standards, but yeah.
How cold?
I think it was 26 degrees. 26 degrees today. That was a bit chilly.
That's a nice summer day here in Denmark.
26, yeah.
That's a nice summer day in Denmark. That would be 80 degrees Fahrenheit. If I could just Google
that's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. It's the postcard perfect day, you know. But where years like in Adelaide where I live, the city where I live, like we've had 49.9 degree days and 50 degree days, you know.
Yeah.
It's we get really hot summers here.
Yeah.
So we're
around freezing point at the moment. Anyway, let's go back to Venus because there's another interesting aspect about the atmosphere, because there are some that postulate that it might be possible for Venerean, I should say, Venerean microbes to live actually in this layer in the atmosphere where the temperature and pressure is tolerable. So it's not completely excluded that there may be life on Venus.
Yes,
floating.
Yeah, I've actually I've read some articles from Astro-Biological publications about dark streaks in Venus's upper atmosphere, and some scientists postulate that they may be bacterial life or some sort of microbial life living in the clouds of Venus. Hey, who knows? It's entirely possible. When it comes to astrobiology, what I like about it is that you can speculate a lot. Yeah. And kind of you can really use your imagination a bit, because I don't think life has to be like Earth-like. You know what I mean? Life has a way of fitting in anywhere it ends up. Yeah. So who knows what's out there? You know.
Yeah, but what also frustrates me about that is that sometimes you get this news article on sometimes you get this news article about that they found this planet where there may be life because we got conditions that are like Earth, and then you've got a lot of people reacting. Oh, but no, that's so narrow-minded. As if it's narrow-minded to narrow down the search for life to what we are.
Oh yeah, I know.
So I don't. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe they think they're clever, saying that no, life could be anywhere. Well, we don't know actually. I mean, it's possible that life could be anywhere. There could be life on Titan, but the only example of life that we know of that is what we have on Earth here, and so we should maybe start looking.
We have no other yardstick against which to measure life apart from life on Earth. We can't. There's no other kinds of life that we can say with any kind of certainty exists anywhere, like not on Europa or Enceladus or Titan or anywhere. This is the only yardstick we've got. DNA-based, carbon-based life that's made up mostly of water is all we know about,
Yeah. So that it makes perfect sense to narrow down our search. Of course, we shouldn't have to exclude, but it's the more speculative it gets, I think it becomes less interesting because, it's possible you could have silicon-based life. You could have, methane as a solvent instead of water. That is actually a bit interesting, but still, I don't know. I'm not sold on the idea.
I personally agree. I personally agree with that. I personally agree that people going about silicon-based life and methane-based life and whatnot. But I personally agree that I think that life maybe is life is actually probably pretty rare in the universe. But I do think it's out there. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's like everywhere, like I'm saying Star Wars, like on every single planet. But and I think carbon-based life like us is kind of the universe's magic trick, this kind of life works, and I think this kind of life would exist elsewhere because the sort of molecules that led to us, they arise spontaneously in space,
exactly
amino acids and other organic compounds that are found on comets and in molecular clouds and things like that. And amino acids that don't even exist on Earth, they're finding them elsewhere in the universe,
Yeah, and I mean, the elements that made up life on Earth, they are actually also just happen to be the most common elements in the universe. So
exactly. So
Yeah.
The universe takes the path of least resistance, and if it's and it uses what's easiest. So, what's easiest is just the most abundant elements, and that's what's in us. The carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones that make us up, and they're the most among the most common elements in the universe.
Yeah.
I don't think the universe is going to go out of its way to do anything that's too exotic, because it's just not easy.
No, but it's possible. I would love to learn about these alternative kind of life forms, but for now I'm just going to focus on the narrow field, and maybe browse around the edges, like for example the floating life on Venus. And talking about floating life, there might actually be life on gas giants. Maybe there's life on Jupiter in the clouds somehow.
Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of
floating structures? Structures that are strands of creatures that have arisen on Jupiter, native to Jupiter, that have formed, who knows, like continent-sized, just masses of colonies. Like we have giant fungal organisms here on Earth that are sometimes thousands of kilometers wide.
Yeah.
And it's similar kinds of things could exist elsewhere, like colonial or collectors of organisms, on other places that have never even seen like land, because they're like entirely airborne or entirely underwater.
But they could themselves, if they're large enough, they could be ecosystems of their own. Have you ever heard of?
They could be like.
Have you ever heard of Carl Sagan's proposal? Yeah, you must have heard of these balloon-like life forms. I'm actually making these huge balloons, these continent science balloons, floating organisms, or maybe conglomerates of organisms.
Yep.
And then on top of those, you would actually have some kind of land life. Some kind of land life. I'm thinking of doing a video on that at some stage.
Similar to it's similar to whales in the oceans here. Like a whale is a massive organism, and it sort of harvests its own ecosystem. It's got little barnacles and shells and little mites and things, and birds come down and rest on its back, and it's actually home to other creatures. The same way our bodies are home to like other creatures that we don't even know about, like bacteria and whatnot.
Yeah, and
we're each an individual walking ecosystem.
Yeah, there are mites and worms crawling all over our body and inside our body. We are not aware of.
Every one of us is a walking ecosystem,
It is fascinating.
So who's to say that sort of thing doesn't happen elsewhere in the gas giants or on water worlds, or who knows? Like Europa, for example, there's an ocean that's 100 miles deep or 100 kilometers deep. I always get the miles and kilometers mixed up, but it's pretty deep. Yeah. Right. And there's maybe things living down there that have never seen land or any kind of solid structure ever. Between the surface of Europa and the icy crust above, there's all this water, and these things may live their entire lives in just dark water. Who knows? Yeah,
I'm really hoping they're going to look at Europa or some of the other icy moons of the gas giants some more, because for those viewers who haven't, I think a lot of people already heard of these ideas, but just to clarify, you've got these moons around the gas giants, and they are covered with ice, but they've discovered that beneath the ice there's actually liquid water. So the idea is that there might
salty
be life
liquid water too.
It's salty even, briny. So lots of goodies.
Briny water,
Lots of goodies.
Lots of wholesome goodness for the life to eat and live on and sustain itself. And if you're at magnetic fields, and there's tidal, there's frictional heating, and they found molecular hydrogen on Enceladus, so that's a sign there's likely to be hydrothermal vents on Enceladus.
Yeah, and I'm fascinated by those dark brown streaks on, I think it was Europa. Those cracks in the ice. There's this brown deposits seep out. Yeah, maybe that is just living matter, or
who knows exactly.
Formerly living matter.
Yeah, it's kind of a good time to be alive in a way, because there's all this cool stuff waiting to be discovered. And we're able to go out and discover it now.
Well, yeah, but that's I think for 100 years ago they also thought it was a great time to be alive, because that was World War I. Okay, let's just say 120 years ago, people probably thought it was a great time to be alive, because we had all this progress and technology, and they thought they had reached the summit of human civilization.
New countries waiting to be discovered, new islands to be discovered, new peoples to be discovered. I guess that's always been bit of an age of exploration. I suppose this is a new age of exploration, but
yeah. But maybe 100 years from now, then maybe or maybe 200 years, maybe that is a great time to be alive, because then we're finally getting out to other planets outside our solar system. Maybe we have discovered life. That would be fascinating. So
absolutely, yeah.
I think
but,
every time, I think we're
not always.
We're in the Goldilocks zone of our history at the moment, but there have been many Goldilocks zones.
Exactly. That's actually a good analogy. I think right now we're sort of, right now in a way it's kind of, this is kind of might be as good as it gets,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to me.
You know what? Actually, wasn't there also something about Pluto maybe also having liquid water beneath the ice? Maybe there's even life on Pluto.
Charon. Even its moon Charon has they believe has a subsurface ocean of sorts. I mean, they're finding subsurface oceans everywhere, like the dwarf planet Ceres in the asteroid belt.
Yeah.
Those bright spots that you may have seen in the photographs that were festooned all over the news and the social media, a little bit, those bright shiny spots in that crater on Ceres, they believe to be like or salts, leaching up from cryovolcanoes or ice volcanoes, up from this briny ocean on Ceres. The water's just everywhere. It's sending everywhere.
Yeah, and maybe maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe as long as there's fluid water, there is life. If we find out that is the case, then that would be really positive. Or maybe life is panspermic. It's being spread around through meteorites, and all of the life, at least in our own solar system, may be related to each other somewhere deep in the
I'm a big fan of that theory. Yeah, I'm a big fan of panspermia.
Yeah,
I think you're right about the water there, and I think liquid water is an important distinction. Like water can exist, it can be like water vapor or ice, but nothing can happen. It has to be liquid because liquid water makes things happen. Like it allows for plate tectonics, it allows for climate and a hydrological cycle. It allows for life as a solvent in liquid form.
Yeah.
Like it has to be liquid, and if liquid water is anywhere, then at least life has a chance of appearing there.
Yeah. But then, it would be interesting to look outside of our solar system, because there are options in our own solar system. But we don't have a second Earth. But we may have a second Earth obviously in other solar systems in the galaxy, in the countless of other galaxies that we know exist. But maybe even just
2 trillion galaxies, estimated 2 trillion galaxies in the universe, and in this galaxy alone, there's about 100 billion planets.
Yeah,
but I reckon each star, most or 99% of star systems have at least one planet orbiting them. So I find it hard to believe that we're it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but the question is, is life like we have on Earth? If that is the optimal thing, or maybe life around a red dwarf, or maybe life, on a super Earth with. We've been talking about plate tectonics. I've heard some ideas by some scientists saying that, well, actually, maybe super Earths are even better for life because they're this so much larger, then they're also more geologically active, and you've got even more plate tectonics.
Super Earth, did you say?
And more dynamism in the crust, and I don't know. The problem is that you've got all these interesting speculations, but we don't really know for sure unless we actually get out there and look at these planets.
I mean, we can speculate all we want. We can model all we want. We can use computers all we want to model these things. But until we actually get out there and get out of a spaceship and touch the ground on these planets, we can't know.
Yeah, because in one of my videos I mentioned water planets, I mentioned Proxima B, Centauri.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Water planet.
Video that one.
And
watch it, kids.
Yeah. and I've been speculating. Okay, well, there are a lot of people saying life or planetary life on around red dwarfs. There is actually there are a lot of people saying that red dwarfs, they're not very good for life.
Red dwarfs.
For the planets around them, but
some are. Yeah.
But we don't really know. You have to visit those planets and look at them up close. Maybe we've missed some factor or underestimated something, or I don't know.
Exactly. Well, life exists in so many environments on Earth. Like it's been found like in the clouds. It's been found deep in the Earth's crust where nothing is supposed to live at all. And the funny thing about the Earth's crust too is that it's believed that a lot of water on Earth came from outer space in the form of comets and asteroids and impacts and stuff. But there's actually a lot of water in deep down as well several oceans worth apparently, and look, the Earth, in a sense, can create its own water, so that could be a source of our water too. But there's a lot of water down, way down in, like really far down beneath the crust, in the crust.
Yeah.
So life just kind of finds every rule in the book and it just breaks them and just keeps going on. That's what it does, So it could be anywhere, like around these tidally locked planets trapped around red dwarf stars with crazy radiation. It's just we can't say where life doesn't exist, because life keeps breaking the rules that we make for it.
Yeah, but we're still in this. The moment we discovered life on another planet, maybe Europa, or maybe even be the clouds of Venus, then we have a better idea, and then we also can see if it's related somehow through panspermia or not. If it's if it's evolved on its own, that makes it even stronger case for life being everywhere, because then it must be really easy for life to evolve. But also when it's related, then it could also be easily spread around, which is also that might also mean that life must be everywhere.
Look at the process of litho-panspermia, where impacts on one planet send ejector into space, and they reach another planet. So, for example, Martian meteorites reach Earth all the time, or have in the past. Who's to say that hasn't happened over the course of the history of the solar system? The solar system is very old, and the planets formed fairly early in the piece, and life, apparently, according to some theories, arose on Earth pretty quickly. They found fossils now that are around 4 billion years old. Now it's only 4.5 billion years old, 4.6 billion years old. I mean, you've got these impacts and heavy bombardments in the late heavy bombardment phase of our solar system history.
Exactly.
Who's to say an interchange between planets, early on the piece.
And the heavy bombardment, that if there was any life before that, then it was obliterated again. But then it's re-evolved.
Most likely,
Then it re-evolved, or maybe it just fell back.
Well,
That's what. You did mention that. So I'm still very optimistic for life on other planets, but I just really love to see it. I'm not sure if we're gonna experience it in our own lifetimes. Well, I don't know. We've got.
As long as they're friendly.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to get the answer in my lifetime, so we're just going to have to fantasize and speculate and have fun with our respective channels.
Keep watching good science fiction, and like you say, our channel is working on just getting other people interested and thinking about it. That's all I try to do, But your channel is pretty nice. I've been a fan of that since.
Thanks.
For a while now. But no, it's good. It's just polished and nice to look at, and just you got a lot to say. I like your alien analysis stuff the most, I've got to say.
Yeah, I'm focusing more on, I don't get many videos out. I'm just trying to focus on giving every single video as much as I can, which is kind of holding me back. But, but I really enjoyed watching your channel, and I really enjoyed that there's another astrobiological channel out there. There's a lot of good astronomical channels, but we need something more focused on astrobiology and be maybe a bit more speculative. And
there are many out there, man. There are many. The videos. I kind of changed the look of the channel a few months back, and changed its name to Astro-Biological, what's called Pence Lab, as you would be aware. But newcomers to the channel would know that. But it still tend to focus mainly on the astronomical stuff, but only to provide a framework for the astrobiological stuff, which I'm going to look at later on as I do more videos. I plan to do stuff on life on Earth and the early life on Earth, and plate tectonics and the planetary processes that that are necessary for life. Things like that, and how they could be applied to other planets. I want to look at exoplanets as well. Like conditions there. I can be a bit speculative with the exoplanet videos. I can sort of do like a what if type video. What's out there?
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future? I mean, what sort of things do you?
Oh, I got so many plans. It's frustrating. I'm not. I want to, actually my Subnautica video that got really popular, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of follow-up videos on my most popular ones, like the one on Subnautica. Maybe I'm also actually I'm also working on a new video on the Vikings in North America.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Yeah, the popular one.
Yeah. So I got loads of plans, but loads of not a lot of time to work on anything.
No.
But it's working. It's coming. So yeah.
Same. That's what we do, right? So we just kind of
it's so much fun. I just recently found out that there are these two things I love the most. That is making videos and taking care of my family. Providing and taking care of them. And they don't combine very well because doing videos I have to lock myself into the office. So but it's what I really enjoy because I don't think we get to see life on other planets, probably not. So but we can get to indulge with these hobbies of ours, and that must be good enough. That must be good enough.
Yeah.
So on that thought, I think I want to wrap up the Hangout. And then it's really nice talking with you, Ben, because I can really sense your enthusiasm, and I get smitten too. I'm getting enthusiastic about the whole subject myself. It's just it's a really fun thing to talk with you about, and it's very cool that
we chat again. I love to chat again.
Yeah, we should maybe try it again, but let's
maybe
and let's see if the viewers also like this, so we can just do more of these kind of little hangouts and discuss.
I hope so. I like it.
But I do think we did cover a lot of space, so maybe you have to pick a different topic, maybe a more specific topic. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, this has been a very vast topic. So
yeah, this has been
maybe the next chat. Maybe the next chat we could just like you say, just focus on a particular niche area of astrobiology and just talk about that for a bit.
Yeah,
if we do want to chat again, which I'd like to do.
This gives me an idea. Maybe we should put up a poll. Let's write together on some topics, and then we're gonna make a poll of it, and then the viewers can vote on what we could talk about. So
maybe we can work together on some things. I don't know.
Yeah, but thank you everyone for watching this or hearing this rather. So please check out Ben's channel, because his channel needs a little more love and attention, because I don't know what's going on with YouTube nowadays.
I'm doing it for the love of it, because my channel hasn't been monetized. It won't be for a while because I haven't got the views up. So
no, by the way, but you're doing very good on Facebook opposed to mine. I had this Facebook page for I don't know how long, but nobody's really hanging out there. So you got a little audience over there. That's very good.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I've got a little Astro-Biological Facebook group, which is growing okay. It's a lot of fun. So having a lot of interesting chats with people about all kinds of stuff, but a lot of all astrobiology oriented. So if anybody wants to hop on over there and take a look, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'll put some links in this. I'll put some links in the description and put up some cards. So please check it out, and let's just have a lot of fun speculating on things that we may never get to see, but we can imagine. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, the channel, our channel. I don't know if my channel will ever be anything, but I'm just right now doing it for the love of it, and it's been my life's work to talk about science with people. So this is a way I'm doing it, and I think it's reaching some people. So it's reaching you, and I want to thank you for having me on this little chat today. It's been great. Well, it's been great to have you on. Whether anyone listens to it or not, thank you. It's been awesome. And so, thanks for including me. I feel like one of the big kids now. Yeah. Well, I'm a small fry myself still, but there's always in Dutch we've got this expression, boss over boss. There's always someone bigger. There's always someone smaller. Yeah, so, that reminds me of that line from the Phantom Menace. There's always a bigger fish. Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Ben, it's been great to have you on, and let's find some topics to let's put up a poll and see what we can talk about next time. No worries, that sounds great. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.